St. Louis is dealing with one of the deadliest years on record when it comes to homicides in the city.
Tonight, more of my interview with St. Louis Mayor Lyda Krewson on the bloodshed gripping her city. That's tonight's You Paid For It. I got the chance to ask St. Louis Mayor Lyda Krewson all about the bloodshed in her city, where homicides this year have soared. Mayor Krewson promised tackling crime and making the city safer would be a major focus when she won election back in 2017. She's up for re-election next year and has a big crime problem. There were 201 murders this year compared to 153 a year ago, about a 30% increase. St. Louis is up 50% in homicides over 2018, when there were 135 murders.
Do you think this city is going to get safer? Do you envision these homicide numbers coming down?
I do think this city is going to get safer. And don't forget that at least half of our homicides are drug related. Another third or so are domestic disputes. And so for folks that are not involved in those situations, our city is actually a very safe city.
Do you think, based on the fact that homicides have gone up so far, that you deserve re-election?
Absolutely.
The mayor insists she's made progress on a number of fronts, like bringing business and jobs to St. Louis. She insists she's making headway on cutting crime downtown, saying police have stepped up arrests. But that has some living in violent neighborhoods asking questions like,
is the mayor forgetting the neighborhoods, considering her focus on downtown crime?
Absolutely not. Downtown, don't forget, is an economic engine, not just for the city of St. Louis, but also for the entire state. But I'm in the neighborhoods every single day.
Mayor Krewson cites progress getting the Cure Violence anti-crime program off the ground, despite the COVID crisis. And she points to things like more summer jobs for youth and more money for mental health services. She blames the shortage of police officers for some of the trouble, but cites progress in addressing that issue. But Mayor Krewson also says the city may have shot itself in the foot earlier this year.
But during COVID, as you know, there were several hundred people who were released from jail. And so some of that, all of these things are contributing factors to the situation that we're in right now.
Some 400 inmates were let out of jail in the name of lowering the jail population because of the COVID crisis. Most were accused of felonies, among them murder, robbery, rape, carjackings.
Are you saying that was a mistake to release those people from jail?
I'm not saying it was a mistake because we had to protect people from COVID, but some of those folks probably should not have been released. But you have a circuit attorney and a defense attorney and judges who release folks. That's, you know, the city of St. Louis, the mayor of St. Louis does not release folks.
You're saying it was a bad decision that some of the people should not have been released. Is that what you're saying, Mayor?
What we're seeing is that some of the people who were released are reoffending and are being rearrested and are coming back through the criminal justice system. But what I'm saying is that the folks who made the decision did the best they could on that day, but what we're seeing is that playing out.
And as to what the mayor thinks about those in charge of the crime fight.
Are you satisfied, Mayor, with the performance of your top police commanders, the people in charge of public safety?
I am. I think Judge Jimmy Edwards, who's the Director of Public Safety, and Chief John Hayden, and the commanders who work with Chief John Hayden have done a really excellent job under incredibly difficult circumstances that we all find ourselves in right now. We're seeing many, many protests. Our police department has done a good job handling those protests to de-escalate the situations.
Now, one person who has been sharply critical of the mayor's handling of the city's homicide issue is Board of Aldermen President Louis Reed. Among other things, he says her administration was too slow implementing the $7 million Cure Violence anti-crime program, even with the challenges of coronavirus. Of course, I'll keep you up on any new developments in this critical issue. After all, you paid for it.